Call Halayimla, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone who rule well and teach well over the hopeful elect of Israel, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Salaki, can you give me a second? Excuse me on that. My dog is she's pretty wild up because we had somebody come in, fix the water heater. I mean the gas, and she smells him or smell where he was in the house, so she's a little anxious. But this is just gonna be going into how the Gentiles, all right, and these other nations, okay, where it says the names of these other nations, so to speak, are talking about Israelites, okay? The Gentiles, so to speak, that are being adopted back into Israel, all right, are the Israelites that were in the nations, all right, scattered into these nations. I'm gonna go to the book of let me get no, it's in Galatians. Galatians Galatians 3 and 28. There is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither bond nor free, there is neither male nor female, for ye are all one in Hamashiach Yahushai. And if you be of Hamashiach's, then are ye Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise. Now, before we hit up verse 29, all right, and connect that to Israel, we're going to connect Galatians 3 and 28 to Israel as well. So we're going to hit the Strongs and go to that word Greek. It's Helen, all right? Now, what it means is a Greek either by nationality, whether a native of the mainland or the Greek islands or colonies. In a wider sense, the name embraces all nations, not Jews, all right? But it is talking about Jews and Israelites, all right, that were calling themselves Greeks, that made the language, customs, and learnings of the Greeks their own. So they're saying here, Esau Edom being the snake that he is, he's saying that pretty much anybody that's not an Israelite was being called a Greek, and that's completely false. Israelites were being called Greeks. They were being called Romans. They were being called Elamites. They were being called Egyptians. They were being Macedonians, whatever, right? Because they were in those lands. They put on their customs. They spoke their languages. All right. Now let's keep reading. The primary reference is to difference of religion and worship. All right. By extension, a Greek-speaking person, especially a non-Jew Gentile Greek, all right? And this any human being, so to speak, that lived in a Greek area like Cyrus, all right, in all those areas, Antioch, all right, all those places, all right, they could be a so-called Indian person, right? Is living in so-called Greeks and Romans are so-called white people, right? Well, the original Greeks were not so-called white people, but when they took over that land and conquered Japheth, so to speak, they became the new Greeks, right? Because Esau Edom, that's what Esau likes to do, so-called white people. So if you was a so-called Indian person, right, an Elamite, their biblical nationality is an Elamite. If you were Elamite and you grew up in Greece, you are now a Greek. Why? You're speaking Greek, all right? You're dressing like a Greek. You have the culture of a Greek, and this is what it's going into. But then it says here that are not Jews, but so-called Jews, which are just the southern kingdom of Israel and the northern kingdom of Israel, were Greeks. All right. Now let's read verse 29 again. And if ye be of a Mashiachs, then ye are of Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise. So neither Jew nor Greek, all right, is not talking about so-called white people, is not talking about so-called Indian people, it's talking about the Israelites that were being Greeks, all right? And the other Gentiles is the Israelites that were living in those lands, all right? So let's get Romans 9. Romans 9 from the top. I say the truth in the Mashiach, I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Rakah Kadash, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Hamashiach for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh, who are Israelites. All right, so the Israelites who to whom pertaineth the adoption. So the Israelites got the adoption, right? And what does the scripture say? The Gentiles are getting grafted back in, adopted back in. Those are Israelites. And if you don't agree with that, then you're saying Romans, the chapter of Romans, right? Romans 9 and 4 is a lie. The glory, right? So the Israelites get the glory. The covenants, the Israelites got the first covenant, and the Israelites gonna get the second covenant. And the giving of the law, because the law was what? Only given to the Israelites. And that's another thing. How can you be grafted back in, adopted back in to something you was never a part of, man? And the service of the Most High and the promises. And what did it say? Heirs according to the promise, right? Whose are the fathers, in whom, as concerning the flesh, Hamashiach came. So the Lord came for the Israelites only, right? Now let's keep scrolling. It said Abraham's seed, right? Romans 9 and 7. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. So Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. All right. So that proves, all right, Romans 9, what was it? Galatians 3, 28 through 29 connects with Romans 9, 1 through 7. That proves that those Greeks that it's talking about, and the Gentiles as a whole, that are coming back to Israel, all right, to get the immortal bodies and everything else, are the Israelites. Now I'm gonna just keep hitting points on this. All right. Now let's get this right here. No, wait. Let's go to Acts 2. Go to the book of Acts. This is Acts chapter 2. All right. Acts chapter 2 and 5. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men, out of every nation under heaven. So these are Israelites out of every nation under heaven. So they're scattered among the Gentiles. All right. They're living in the Gentiles' lands. They're speaking their languages. All right. Now, when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in his own language, or they're speaking whatever these other nations spoke at those time periods. All right. They're speaking their languages. Okay. Now let's scroll down. Verse 9. Parthians and Medes and Elamites. So they're calling Israelites these names. They're literally calling these Israelites these names. Parthians and Medes and Elamites, and dwellers in Mesopotamia and Judea and Cappadocia and Pontus and Asia and Phrygia and Pamphylia in Egypt and the parts of Libya and Cyrene and strangers of Rome and Jews and proselytes and Cretes and Arabians, we do hear them speak in our tongues the wonderful works of the Most High. So did it just switch up? No, man. We just read Acts 2 and 5. It's Israelites scattered to all nations, and they're literally calling these Israelites strangers of Rome, Elamites, Cappadocians. They're calling these people these languages. Do you understand now? Is it becoming more clear? All right, is the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai helping you to understand His word through me? All right, and through all the other brothers, the hopeful elect that's pushing this truth with all truth and sincerity. Now let's get what I want. Let's get this right here. See if I can find it. This is Genesis 10 and 5. Let's go to the Strong's on Gentiles right there. And guess what? Of Israel. All right? Israelites can be Gentiles. And guess what? A swarm of locusts or other animals are Gentiles. Usually of non-Hebrew people, usually. All right? So Israelites can be Gentiles. Do you understand? All right? I'm destroying the doctrine of the heathen. The doctrine of Christianity is getting destroyed right in front of you. All right? Let's get Matthew 10. Matthew 10 and Matthew 10 and 5. Let's get the Strongs. This is the Lord speaking. This is the Lord, not the Strongs, the red letter. This is the Lord, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. This is him speaking. All right? So let's just keep reading. Matthew 10 and 5. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles. Now, is the Lord contradicting himself? Is the Lord contradicting himself right here? Huh? I want to see a Christian or any other Catholics. I want to see I want you to reply down low and say the Lord's contradicting himself, because your doctrine that you preach proves that the Lord is not proves, Salakia, but your doctrine makes it seems that the Lord is contradicting himself when he's not. Go not into the way of the Gentiles. Why would he say that if the Gentiles are getting salvation? Because there's multiple different Gentiles. There's Gentiles of animals. There's Gentiles that are actually the heathen nations. And then there's Gentiles that are Israelites, all right, that are not keeping the law, all right? Gentiles, if you're not an Israelite before the Lord, well, not even that. If you don't follow Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you don't keep the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, you're a Gentile, man. I was a Gentile before I came to this truth. That's the Gentiles that are getting salvation. But let me keep reading. Go not into the way of the Gentiles. This is not talking about the Israelites, all right? This is talking about the actual heathen, the actual born Gentiles, the ones that are going to be Gentiles forever. Into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Who are the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man? The Israelites did not keep the law, statute, commandments, and they didn't have faith in Yahushua. And as you go, preach saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Boom, simple. It's simple. It's not hard. The Bible doesn't contradict itself. Nothing in the Bible contradicts itself. All right? You just have to understand it, man. The spirit. Let me get that. Let me see if I can get that. Give me a moment. Ephesians chapter 3. And from the top, for this cause I, Paul, the prisoner of Yahushua and Mashiach, for you Gentiles, as ye have heard of the dispensation of the grace of the Most High, which is given me to you ward, how that by revelation he made known unto me the mystery. What is the mystery? The kingdom of heaven, the truth of the Holy Scriptures. That's the mystery. As I wrote afore in few words, whereby when you read, you may understand my knowledge is the mystery of the Most High. Of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, which is in other ages was not made known unto the sons of men. It is now revealed unto his holy apostles and the prophets by the Spirit. that the Gentiles should be fellow heirs, all right, the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and of the same body and partakers of his promise in the Mashiach by the gospel. All right. Now let's go on to the Strongs for the word Gentile right there, man. Let's just look at it. Ethnos, all right? The human family, a company, troop, swarm, a multitude, whether of men or beast, Gentile Christians. And guess what? The only Christians are the Israelites, man. Now let's get, I think Corinthians 12. Give me a moment. Ye know that you were First Corinthians 12 and 2. Ye know that ye were Gentiles. All right. Now I see that so-called Christians, when you come to the scriptures, they start forgetting English. They start forgetting the meaning of words in English. All right. They start getting dumb. Were means past tense. You were at the store. Does that mean you're at the store now? No, that means in the past you were in the store. Ye know that ye were Gentiles. So what? They were Gentiles in the past. Carried away. So they were carried away to be Gentiles unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. So they were led to become Gentiles. So what were they before they were carried away and led to become Gentiles? They were Israelites, right? And they were still Israelites, but guess what? The Israelites back then didn't want to call them Israelites because they wasn't keeping the law, statute, commandments. And guess what? They didn't have faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. Hey, guess what? 144. Call Halayim La Yahweh Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Rakakadash Barakathum. So this is a cut right here. 1 Corinthians 12 and 2. That's a cut right there, man. You know that you were Gentiles, man. That proves that that's talking about Israel. All right? Now let's get another one, man. I don't know how to spell circumcision. Forgive me. Gotta do a little spelling bee or something, man. I think it's Ephesians 3 and 11 though. Let me see. The Spirit will. Oh, Ephesians 11 and 3. See if the Spirit working with me right now, man. Ephesians 11. Let's see, man. This says Ephesians 6, man. What's going on? I said Ephesians 11, man. What's going on, man? This Satan right here, man. Or is it Ephesians 3 and 11? I think so. Man. Perfect, man. That's the Spirit right here, though. Ephesians 3 and 8. Unto me, who I am less than the least of all saints, and who are the saints? Israelites. It is grace given that I should preach among the Gentiles the unsearchable riches of a Mashiach. And that's what the Apostle Paul was doing, and all the apostles, right? They were preaching to the what? The Israelites in these other nations, man. They weren't preaching to these heathens, these actual Elamites, the so-called Indian people. They was not preaching to so-called Indian people, man. They was not preaching to so-called white people. They was preaching to Israelites in their lands, man. Let's prove that. Let's go to the book of, I think, Psalms 50. Psalms 50. Let's go to Psalms 147, then we'll come back. Psalms 147. Psalms 147 and 19. He sheweth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh. So saying that that anybody can be saved is literally a contradiction to the Lord. It's a lie. You're calling the Lord a liar. You're saying the Holy Bible contradicts itself. If you follow the doctrines, Christianism, Catholicism, all right? Fuck that shit. Fuck Christianity, man. Fuck Catholics. Fuck Mormon. Fuck all that Edomite bullshit, man. Now let's get Psalms. Let's go over a chapter. Psalms 148 and 14. Who are the saints, right? He exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye Yahweh. Now let's get a think saints and then covenant. Psalms 50 and 5. Gather my saints together unto me. Those have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. Who made a covenant by sacrifice with Yahweh by Shem Shah? The Israelites. Only the Israelites. And the heaven shall declare his righteousness, for Yahweh is judge himself. Salah. Hear, O my people, I will speak, O Israel. You understand? And I will testify against thee. I am the Most High, even thy power. Right? I will not reprove thee, for thy sacrifices or thy burnt offerings do have been continually before me. So that's Israel. The Israelites are the saints. And what did Apostle Paul say in Romans? What did he say? What did he say in Romans? Let's get it. Let's get what he said in Romans. All right. Romans. Romans 1 and 7. To all that be in Rome, beloved of the Most High, called to be saints, right? Israelites. So these are Israelites in Rome. Grace to you and peace from our Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Unto the church of the Most High, which is in Corinth, to them that are sanctified in the Mashiach Yahushua, called to be saints. Israelites, with all that are in every place, call upon the name of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Rakakadash. Our Lord, both theirs and ours. You understand? Let's keep going in the spirit, man. Let's just get some more saints, right? First Corinthians 6 and 2. Do you not know that the saints shall judge the world, the Israelites? And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters? Know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life? So the Israelites, the elect, all right, starting with the elect, they're going to judge the world and they're going to judge angels, man. Angels, man. You know how powerful angels are? And the Israelites is going to be above the angels, man. The Israelites. Because we already broke it down with what? Psalms 148, Psalms 50, that the saints are the Israelites, all right? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let me get let's get it. Uncircumcision. I'm cheating right now, man. I'm cheating when I'm spelling this. Can't spell uncircumcision, man. Ephesians chapter 2 and 11. Wherefore remember that ye being in time past, this is in the past, man. Gentiles in the flesh. So in the past, they were Gentiles, man. Who? The Israelites, man. who are called uncircumcision. What is uncircumcision? You don't have the law. By that which is called circumcision in the flesh made by hands. And we just read that the law is only and will only be for the Israelites, man. He sheweth his word unto Jacob. He has not dealt so with any nation. So guess what? The Gentiles are Israelites, man. And guess what? I'm just hitting the hammer on the head. Hitting the nail on the head with the hammer, man. John 7:35. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go that we shall not find him? Are you ready? All right. Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? So that's literally two different Gentiles in the same sentence, man. Literally. Will he go unto the dispersed? Who was dispersed among the Gentiles and teach those people, the Gentiles, man? Who was dispersed among the Gentiles, man? James, man, I hate this autocorrect, man. James 1:1. James, a servant of the Most High, of our Lord Yahushua and Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Where were they scattered? They were scattered into all nations. Didn't we just hit Acts 2, where it said that the Jews in all nations? How did they get into all those nations? They were scattered there by who? The Most High. Let's get that word scattered. Diaspora. Dispersed. So guess what? And it says a scattering, a dispersion of Israelites dispersed among foreign nations of the Christians, which were Israelites, scattered abroad among the Gentiles. So guess what, man? Israelite resident in Gentile countries. So who are the Gentiles that are receiving salvation? I mean, it was just broken down to you, man. You can receive it. If you receive it, you received it. If you don't, man, that means the Lord is not dealing with you, man. I just destroyed Christianity and all these other everybody can be saved doctrines in however long this video has been up to this point. Now let's get let's just keep going. Let's get let's go back to Romans 9. Let's go back to Romans 9. Romans 9:13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. So it's literally saying that Esau is hated by the Most High. Literally, the Most High hates Esau. So is Esau going to be saved? Nope. Obadiah 1:18 has extermination for Esau. So that's another hit on everybody can be saved. So what? They going to change their doctrine to everybody can be saved but Esau? Christianity is fucked, man. It's a lie. Christianity was pushed on the Israelites through raping. They raped them men and women and babies and elderly. They raped them. What else they did to them? They beat the fuck out of them, tortured them, cut their dicks off. Other diabolical shit. I can't even. They was cannibalizing them. If you didn't know, picnic means pick a nigger. They'll just pick a regular so-called black person, hang them, take their body parts off, eat the body parts, make the body parts into souvenirs. This is so-called white people. These are so-called Christians. And they would do these things after they got out of church. It's funny, man. They read the scriptures of who they believe white man Jesus Christ, right? Being tortured and crucified, and then they go torture and crucify so-called black people, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native American people. You so-called white people are utterly fucked, man. Everything you did besides that faggot shit, all right? We not no fucking faggots, all right? Besides all that faggot shit and cannibalism and all that shit, we gonna do all that shit to you, Esau. We gonna cut your dicks off. We gonna rape your women. We gonna torture the fuck. We gonna do all that shit to you. Then we gonna exterminate you, man. Let's keep scrolling down. Romans 9 and 24. Even us, whom he have called, not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles, man. All right. Isaiah, or I think that's just talking about Elijah, also crieth concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. All right. You see how it literally says of the Jews and then the Gentiles, and then it just says Israel being saved, man? Because guess what? Like I already broke down before, the Gentiles that are receiving salvation are the Israelites, man. Let's keep scrolling. All right, perfect, perfect. What shall we say then? That the Gentiles which follow not after righteousness have obtained the righteousness. What? What is that righteousness? The faith of Yahweh by Shem Shai. Even the righteousness which is of faith. Boom. But Israel, which follow after the law of righteousness. So guess what? You had Israelites, man, that said that Yahweh Shai wasn't the son of the Most High, and they saying the law over him, so to speak, have not attained the law of righteousness. Wherefore, because they sought it not by faith, but as were by the works of the law, for they stumbled at that stumbling stone. That's right, man. These scriptures is a stumbling block unto many. As it is written, behold, I lay in Zion a stumbling block and a rock of offense, and whosoever believeth on him shall not be ashamed. And who is that talking about? Yahweh Shai, man. Now it was another one. I think it was Romans 11. Let's go to it. I think it's Romans 11, but let's check Romans 10. Romans 11. Romans 11 from the top. I say then, have Yahweh cast away his people? Who is the people of the Most High? The Israelites. Yahweh forbid, for I am also an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. Perfect. Romans 11 and 17. And if some of the branches be broken off, and thou being a wild olive tree were grafted in among them, and with them partakest of the root and fatness of the olive tree, boast not against the branches, but if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee. All right. Thou wilt say then the branches were broken off that I might be grafted in. So it's talking about the Israelites, man, being grafted in into what? Yahweh by Shem Shai. Well, because of unbelief they were broken off, and thou standest by faith, but not high-minded, but feared. For Yahweh spared not the natural branches, take heed lest he also spare not thee. Behold, therefore, the goodness and severity of the Most High on them which fail, severity, but towards thee goodness, if thou continue in his goodness, otherwise thou shalt be cut off. And they also, if they not still in unbelief, shall be grafted in, for the Most High is able to graft them again. So guess what? That's talking about them Gentiles, man. The Gentiles being grafted in, all right, again. Do you understand? Now let's get the olive tree. Who is this olive tree that's being mentioned? All right, let's get that. Green olive tree. Jeremiah 11 and 16. Yahweh called thy name a green olive tree, fair and of goodly fruit. With the noise of a great tumult, he hath kindled a fire upon it, and the branches of it are broken. So the Israelites is that olive tree that was broken, that was mentioned in Romans 11. Do you understand? That's another hit that's talking about the Gentiles being Israelites. All right, this is all throughout the scriptures. It's pretty obvious, man. But you had Esau, bitch ass. spreading confusion and lies. Now let's get um another one. Matthew 5 and 15 and 21. Then Yahushua went thence and departed into the coast of Tyre and Sidon, and behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried after him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with a devil. But he answered her not a word, and his disciples came and besought him, saying, Send her away, for she cried after us. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So this Canaanite woman was an Israelite, man. Then came she and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. But he answered and said, It is not meet to take children's bread and to cast it to dogs. And she said, Truth, Lord, yet the dogs eat the crumbs which fall from their master's table. Then Yahushua answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith, but be it unto thee even as thou wilt. And her daughter was made whole from that very hour. So she was an Israelite, man. She was literally an Israelite. Let's get it again. Let's get the red letter. And we're going to start in verse 23. But he answered her not a word, so Yahushua didn't say nothing. And then his disciples came and besought him, saying, Send her away, for she cried after us. So his disciples didn't know that she was an Israelite. And they said, Send her away. So Yahushua, the disciples told Yahushua to send this Canaanite, thinking she was just a straight up heathen, to send her away. And then Yahushua answered them, and this is what he said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So he's telling them, like, I know what's good, I know who she is. Then she came and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. She was an Israelite, man. She was a Gentile, man. An Israelite in a Gentile mindset. That's the perfect way to put it. Let's get Acts. Acts 5. Acts chapter 5 and 30. The Most High of our fathers raised up Yahushua, whom ye slew and hanged on a tree. Him hath the Most High exalted with his right hand to be a prince and a savior, for to give repentance unto Israel and forgiveness of sins. So the Most High exalted him to give him repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sins. So that's the only people that have forgiveness of sins. Because guess what? The Israelites are the only people that was given the law, statutes, and commandments. All right? Here's a perfect one. This is a perfect one right here. I'm gonna end this off right here, man. This is just perfect right here. John, I think John 11. Yeah, perfect. That's it right there. John 11. John 11. Scroll up a little bit. John 11 and 50. Nor consider that is. I'm gonna hit one more after this. All right. John 11 and 50. Nor is considered that it's expedient for us that one man should die for the people and the whole nation perish not. So it's saying that Yahushua is only dying for one people, one nation. If you don't agree with this, then you don't believe in the Holy Scriptures, man. It's just plain as day. And this spake he not of himself, being high priest that year. He prophesied that Yahushua should die for that nation. But guess what? And not for that nation only, but that also he should gather together in one the children of the Most High that were scattered abroad. Now, who were the children of the Most High that were scattered abroad, man? James 1:1. James, a servant of the Most High, and the Lord Yahushua and Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Greetings. So the Lord only died for the 12 tribes of Israel, man. Because guess what? Yahushua kept the law. You know, Salakia, man. It's just the spirit on me, man. Like I'm not gonna um I'm gonna keep going, man. Just the spirit is on me to keep going. Galatians 4:4. But when the fullness of the time was come, Yahweh sent forth his son, made of a woman, made under the law, to redeem them that were under the law, that we might receive the adoption of sons. So Yahweh Shai was made under the law to redeem them who were under the law, who were Israelites. So who did the Lord come to save? The Israelites, man. I'm proving it right now. You can't deny what I'm saying. Because I'm not saying my own opinion. I'm saying the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai through these holy scriptures, man. And guess what? Yahweh Shai is these holy scriptures. I'm reading Yahweh Shai, man. I'm literally reading Yahweh Shai, man. Literally. John 1:14. And the word was made flesh, and the word was made flesh. So these words that you see became like a human and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. So Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, his name is Yahweh Shai Mashiach, right? A so-called black man, dark skin, woolly hair, red eyes, all right? I'm reading him right now, man. And if you're not agreeing with him, cool, man. You're gonna get slayed. 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 Let's get, I think, Deuteronomy chapter 7. Deuteronomy 7. Deuteronomy 7:11. Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments and the statutes and the judgments which I command thee this day to do them. Who? Israelites. Um, Let me keep scrolling. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 8. Um, my shit glitching, man. What's going on? Hey, this Satan right here, man. Look at that. Shit glitching. Look at that. Call line like how about Shimmy on Shot, man. The shit is literally glitched. It's frozen. That's Satan right there, man. Let me look it up on my phone real quick. This Satan. This is literally Satan right here, man. Literally. I think it's Deuteronomy. Let's go to Deuteronomy 14. Let's scroll a little bit down. Alright, let's go to Deuteronomy 26. Deuteronomy 26 and 16. This day Yahweh thy God power have commanded thee to do these statutes and judgments. Thou shalt therefore keep and do them with all thine heart and with all thy soul. Thou shalt avat Yahweh this day to be thy power, and to walk in his ways, and to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments, and to hearken his voice. And Yahweh have avouched thee this day to be his peculiar people, as he hath promised thee, and thou shouldest keep all his commandments, and to make thee high above all nations which he is, so the Most High's races, which he hath made in praise and in name and in honor, and that thou mayest be an holy people to Yahweh thy power, and he hath spoken. And so the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahshai's races. Facts. 100% facts. Deuteronomy chapter 28. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 9. Yahweh shall establish thee and the holy people unto himself, as he hath sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and walk in his ways. And all people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of Yahweh, and they shall be afraid of thee. And yeah, that's right. Now we're calling the name Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? Keeping the law, statutes, commandments to the best of our abilities, keeping the faith of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, putting that work and laboring, taking our cross, right? The great fear is coming. And that's how it's supposed to be, man. It's not supposed to be kumbaya, we're all getting along. Now fuck that. Fuck that. We're never gonna get along, man. We're gonna put our foot up y'all asses. That's our get along right there. I'm gonna get one more. The one I was really looking for. These are all beautiful points, but it was just one particular one I was looking for. Perfect. This is right here. Perfect. This is it right here. Deuteronomy chapter 4. Deuteronomy 4 and 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who have the Most High so nigh unto them, so Yahweh our power is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I said before you this day? So guess what? The law, statutes, and commandments was only given to the Israelites. If you disagree, you disagreeing with the Most High. The Gentiles that are stated to receive salvation are the Israelites. If you disagree, you're disagreeing with the Most High. The only who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, his real name is Yahweh Shai. If you disagree, you're just a piece of shit, all right? You're disagreeing with the Most High, right? He only died for the Israelites. If you disagree, all right, you're disagreeing with the Most High, all right? You're not disagreeing with me. You're not disagreeing with anybody that's saying what I'm saying. You're disagreeing with Yahweh Bashem Shai, the power of Israel, man. I'm gonna just get one more, man. I know I keep saying that, but there's the spirits on me. Cause guess what? Yahweh Bashem Shai, that name, those names, particularly Yahweh's name, is Malachi 1 and 14. Be cursed be the deceiver, Esau, which hath in his flock a male and voweth. All right, you got Israelites too, right? And sacrifice unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith Yahweh of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen. So you other nations, you can't be saying Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It's dreadful. You're not gonna like it. You're not. That's why they say Jesus Christ. That's why they say Jehovah and all that other, man. Fuck all that shit, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. Call Halayim La Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakadash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles, great millstone. Peace and blessings to a hopeful elect. Keep enduring, keep the faith. Shalom.